The truth is, when we put out The Laughing Jesus, I was worried. Still am, really, because it's a book that can be easily misunderstood. I mean, the first half is a onslaught on literalist religion, and it can provoke a hostile response. But it's really not meant to, and that's why we dedicated the book to those who love their enemies. What I love about that line is it says, look, let's not pretend we don't have enemies, but let's also find a way that we can love them and disagree vehemently and yet also be in love and oneness together. Because, it's a tricky predicament. I, by nature, want to be nice to people. That's where I was brought up by my mum, and that fits with this love and this oneness. I just want us to get on. We just need to play nicely and share our toys, and everything will be fine. But the world is full of division, and to pretend it's not there won't make it go away. And what made Peter and I write The Laughing Jesus was a feeling that, much to our surprise as well, that religion once again was becoming a danger and a menace, this fundamentalism, and how right we were. It's suddenly the dominant theme of conflict in the world. And if we just put our head in the sand and hope it'll go away, it won't. History shows that this can come back and bite us hard. And all of the gains in consciousness which have happened can be lost, or at least suppressed, because that's what happened before. And we really don't want to see that happen. So sometimes you have to stick your neck out and take a risk of being misunderstood, because that's what it is. Because what we're doing in The Laughing Jesus is, yes, we're going, look, this religion thing, it is a form of craziness. It's kind of an illness almost. It's something of the past, at least, which we need to leave behind. But what we're doing is we're not just attacking something, we're also offering something better. And in the second half of the book, we present this philosophy of waking up as an alternative which keeps all that's best in religion, because there's a lot of beautiful things in religion, as in everything. But you don't get the problems, you don't get the fundamentalism, you don't get the literalism, the dogmatism, you don't get the division which comes with it. So what we're trying to say is, look, if we've got to divide things up, and we need to understand things and to be able to relate to things, then let's start looking at us not according to what we believe or what race we are or what nation we are. Let's start looking at us as those of us who have recognized it's just us, and those who are really stuck in an us and them. Now that's still a subtle us and them, isn't it? And that's inevitable. But the us recognizes that even the them is part of us. And that's this inclusive love. But that doesn't mean we can just go along with everything they're doing. And it doesn't mean we can take the easy route and not be willing to criticize, because that's also part of the polarity, the dialectic of life. And what I see for me is it's much easier to settle back into a, look, I just love everyone, because I do, and ignore the other difficult bit. And much harder to say, okay, I'm going to keep that, and I'm going to enter into the battle of ideas. I'm going to enter into how can we move things forward? How can we change things? How can we be willing to? And that's, I suppose, because that's what my heroes have done in other ways. And, I can only hope to take some of what they're huge, these are huge. I mean, thinking of people like Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King, and Nelson Mandela, people who've been able to express both a sense of we need to come together as one, and I'm going to struggle against you because you are in the way of that happening.